Hey guys, it's Foober Dudes, and today we're just going to do a quick review on the Transformers Generations Thrust. Okay, so I tried to do a review for this guy a while back, but for some reason, the video got deleted, so here I am redoing it. And, I'm not going to take very long, just going over this thing, so we're just going to go over his jet mode real quick. Very nice jet. I do like the look of it. The instructions, however, are a bit different for how I configure this thing. And I'll go into that later. But for now, we're just going to take a look at everything. So we have these missile null rays, and they do fire pretty darn far. In fact, they fell all the way in the ground over here. So there's that, and they just plug right back in, just like that. So that's cool. And to do it, you just press this little notch right there. And he does have landing gears right here. To put him in, you just fold him in. Just like that. I mean, they're just like... he doesn't have the bombs that like Starscream and all them have. This mold just has a landing gear there. So there you have that. Oh yeah. And he has visible face syndrome. So it's not that big of a deal. The G1 toy always had that problem. So there you have that. Now for a size comparison. Here we have him next to my incomplete, very beat up Generations Dirge, and they stack up pretty good together. Of course, it's the same exact mold. He's a bit wider at the end, but there you have that. For another size comparison, here he is with Armada Starscream. And they look pretty good together. They're about the same size. It's like a deluxe class. So there we have that. So anyway, just to get a good idea of how big it is. So now we're just going to get into the transformation. So first thing you want to do is just kind of turn these around. Like so. Just leave them like that. Extend the legs. Split the legs. Flip out the foot. And the instructions tell you actually to take these off and peg them on here like this. I personally do not like that. I think that looks kind of weird. Granted, that was kind of how the G1 figure was like, but I think that they should have found a way to implement these to come down to his legs. But it's not the end of the world. I just like to keep him up here just because he looks a little bit better. So you take off these, his null rays, and you open this. Sorry if that wasn't camera. You just flip these out like so. And then you there's a tab right here that flips out his fist. There's another tab right here that flips out his other fist. And then you rotate the head. Sorry if this isn't in camera. I'll raise the camera a bit. And then you unpeg this. This was tabbed in way up here. You just untab it like that. It's very secure. You rotate it like so. And then it's on a double hinge in here. And you just rotate it down so it comes in like that. And then you just close this back up. Then you put the null rays on his arms. There are pegs on his arm. You just put them right on there. And there we have him in his robot mode. He looks pretty cool, actually. I do kind of like the way he looks. I think this mold works much better for the cone heads than, say, like a Starscream mold or a Thundercracker, Skywarp, or any of that kind of mold. So, I just think this works so much better for the cone heads because with the Starscream, you always had the nose cone hanging out way back here, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. So this finds a way to make the cone not just an extra piece of kibble because their head is the cone. So I've always liked these cone heads better than the molded version of Starscream. So that's about it for that. What you can do with him for articulation, actually. His head is on a rotation joint, but you can't do it because he's kind of restricted by his shoulder-mounted pieces. And then he would rotate 360 degrees here, but the wing interferes, so you can't really do that. He does go in and out. He does bend at the elbow, and this can pop off. You can also position this any way you want. No real movement at the wrist, except for kind of moving in due to transformation. So, there you have that. No waist swivel, unfortunately, but I don't think there's a way they could have done that. But he's on a ball joint at his thigh, so you got a lot of range of movement there. These keep falling off on me. You can move back, you can move forward. This back piece kind of hinders that, so he can't move really that far back. But it's alright. He can move forward pretty good. He bends at the knee, rotates at the knee, and he has a bit of ankle articulation. So there we have that. And also these do fire, as you already saw. Shoot him back there. He didn't fall off this time. Although on camera it probably looked like it went pretty far. But anyway, for a size comparison, here he is with his buddy Dirge. Again, the same mold, the same exact height. The wings don't really make a difference. I always liked Dirge though. I think his mold was one of the ones that worked the best. So there we have that. Next, we have Armada Starscream. He doesn't want to stand. There we go. They're relatively the same height. Their head isn't, but well, actually it might be. Yeah, it's about the same height. If anything, his head makes him a smidge taller, but the face itself is pretty much at the same level from what I can see. Of course, Starscream's a bit taller because of his pieces back here. But, they look pretty good together. Again, they're deluxe class, so they all scale really well together. So, there we have that. And, I think that's about it. I do recommend this figure, actually. I recommend, if you're a Seeker fan, then this is a great set to get. They haven't officially come out with any like Masterpiece cone heads, but I know that iGear came off with a third-party version of them, but they're really expensive. So, again, you have options, but I think this is a really good set, relatively cheap. I'll put a link in the description for if you want to get this guy. It's on, I think it's on Big Bad Toy Store, but I know it's on like Amazon and that kind of stuff, or TF Source. So I'll put those in the link in the description. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. I do like this figure. I highly recommend it, actually. But for the Starscream Seekers, I don't know if I could recommend those. If you're a really big fan of the Seekers and you can't like afford something like Masterpiece, because I know that they came out with a Skywarp, so you can get all of the Seekers complete. But if you want a cheap option, well, you do have options. So, again, I think that's all there is to say. So, this is Fuberduge. I want to thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, check out our Facebook page, and check out some of our stop motion videos and all that good stuff. And keep playing, guys.